right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. Pastor Dowell here. Let's just call this for what it is. A lot of this that is going on is really above the shoulders. Above the shoulders, what do you mean, Pastor Dowell? Man, I'm in the truck today, so it actually, the dually actually rides like a stagecoach. A lot of this is above the shoulders, meaning the mind. The mind is an incredible thing. The way you get to the mind is through the body. And of course, the body is I'm going to say one way to get to the mind. The other way is mental pressure. Anything to try to get the mind to begin to communicate to you. Now, I just said something extremely key right there. Anything to try to get the mind to communicate to you to where you yourself are not actually even in control of the thoughts. Like I said before, a long time ago, especially when I had a meeting down in Jacksonville, Florida, I said the sad part about a lot of us, the majority of us, is we have never had one original thought in all of our lives. You think about that for a second. Usually, if we're thinking, it's because there's something that's doing the thinking for us. There are thoughts that are being submitted to our mind, making suggestions to our mind, and then trying to get us to control the natural atmosphere. A lot of people need to understand that. If you want to condition your mind, if you want to have a set point in your mind, then you physically going to have to put some stress against that mind to where you know that that mind is going to make suggestions to you. It's going to speak. It's going to talk. And when you subject yourself to those type of suggestions, then you have an alternative. You can either get stronger by resisting the suggestions that are always trying to either get you to quit or trying to get you to fold, or you can stand firm, stand tall, knowing first what is right, and then doing that contrary to what the mind is saying. Because see, the mind is connected to the body, and the body is trying to manifest what the mind is suggesting. And if you're not the one that is conforming your mind, if you're not the one that is speaking to your mind, then there is something else that's trying to rule you, manipulate you, and dominate you. Henceforth, that's why a lot of people, they may on the outside look strong, but be weak-minded. Then you can have somebody on the outside that look physically weak, but be strong-minded. And of course, real men, they don't wear their feelings on their sleeves and shoulders. They're not sensitive and stuff. Most men are like this. Just tell me directly what you think. Tell me directly about your thoughts. Tell me directly about what you see. Tell me the truth. And then let me be able to make an informed decision. But whatever you do, don't toy around with me. Don't mislead me. Don't sit up there and give me false information trying to sway or persuade my mind to go a certain way. Give me the truth. Let me figure it out, and we'll be on good ground. That's pretty much what a lot of things that went on when I was in the military. When I went to airborne school and air assault school, a lot of these dog me days, these hell days, and all this old other stuff is mainly to get to your mind. And of course, ultimately, believe it or not, the ultimate goal is they actually really truly want you to quit. The whole purpose and being the reason why they want you to quit, because if somebody can be there and they can stress you to a certain point that you cannot even remain physically strong, mentally strong, then you're not equipped for the unit, you're not equipped for war, you're not even equipped for the place. And if you're not equipped for the place based on the amount of mental stress that we're placing on you, then it's best for you to stand down, or it's best for you to quit, because we don't need you. Now, I know a lot of men are sensitive in this effeminate world right here, and they wear a lot of their emotions on the sleeves, which is sad, but it ain't really nothing personal. What are you going to do when I tell many of you that many of the things that I say is really, truly nothing personal? Because I don't know many of you. I don't know y'all. You follow me? Oh, let me digress here for a second. So I noticed that I haven't said too much about the Geno Jennings thing. We all done figured out what he is. He's a coward. He doesn't mean what he say what he means. It's all theatrics and show. I do notice that there are still quite a few people up there putting up videos of me sound biting, taking portions of it, and then putting it next to him and trying to act like there's actually been a debate that is going on. So what it has, First Church apparently has a bunch of people that flood the market with videos so that when people do come across Geno Jennings versus Pastor Dowell, Geno Jennings debate or something like that, the only thing that comes up in the algorithm is all these hundreds of videos that they are put up. And if you look at it, there's nobody really but Pastor Dowell that's making videos concerning us, ourselves. But man, a lot of people seem like they have to intrude, or a lot of people seem like they have to actually answer for this man and First Church, and First Church is not saying anything about it. Amazing, isn't it? So what does that speak about the character of those people up there? Think about that for a second. What does it speak about the character of those people up there? So I guess it's Pastor Dowell against all of First Church and everybody else that is so-called in support of the false doctrines and false teachings which are exposed. Now listen, it's really nothing personal. He made a statement that he'll debate anyone. I said, all right, I'm anyone. I'll take it up. Next thing you know, people start taking it as if I'm attacking him or something. I don't know where this mindset comes from, but I do know what's going on. So we all have done figured out that Geno Jennings is not the man that he said he is, or whatever he thinks he is. And I just exposed that, First Church. So anyway, enough of that. Here we go again. So you've got to be able to condition yourself, stress yourself. It's like the other day, we're dealing with 101 plus heat index down here, while the temperature is 100. And it is extremely hot. And just I stay out long enough and I do stuff outside just to the point that I can feel like I'm either getting a little fatigued or I feel a little lightheaded, a little dizzy. I go, okay, that's the set point right there. So tomorrow, if it's going to be the same thing, then what I need to do is I need to see if I can stay out a little bit longer while pushing myself. And then I reset myself again. And then when it's time for me to go out and do a job somewhere, you can see me out there handling the heat. And the heat index just doesn't faze me because I'm conditioning myself. My suggestion to each and every last one of you, always condition yourself. Always condition yourself, okay? And get yourself ready. Because you never know what life is going to throw at you. But you definitely got to be strong. You have to be on your, as the old folks used to say, P's and Q's. You have to be ready at all times because ain't nobody going to listen to your crying. And that's the truth, and that's the true Straitway.